cringy bit. You ready for this?
Go for it, mate. Nice one.
Mate, this is wicked. Super Rod sent me this. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, you've got the Klein stuff, haven't you? Yeah, it's Klein. Mate, I really like this, and I thought both my sister-in-laws, they would appreciate that sort of thing. Like they like the travel mugs, even though it doesn't fit in any holder whatsoever other than on your lap. 50 quid each.
Are they?
I had to go on Amazon to buy them. Look, if I don't like them that much.
Yeah.
Not 50 quid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right, ready. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Sparks Fly. Myself, Nick, and my very first honoured guest, as you can see in front of me, is Mikey from Residual Current off Instagram. Is that what you're known for? It's just Instagram or?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, I'm on YouTube now as well. Actually,
you are, and I got a few questions ahead of time for that. First thing is, I wanted to do. This is a podcast channel as such. It's a YouTube channel, and I know I need to branch out and do the podcast. You know, like Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, all that sort of stuff. But I've set a separate channel up, and this is going to be for podcast stuff. A few YouTube videos that I've already spoke to you about that I want to make, which I don't think are quite appropriate for my main channel. Either blowing stuff up or taking stuff apart and talking about YouTube as well. You know, I've always wanted to do a video on how it works, the analytics, the money side of it, sponsorships, which people who have my subscriber base, and we were talking about this the other night on the phone, where you've got your subscriber base and they want electrical videos. That's what they want. If I start making stuff about my daughter's dollhouse, they're not going to care. So, not that she has a dollhouse, Santa's coming soon. So, so a bit about Mikey. So we're roughly similar age, aren't we? You're
24.
24. So, and you've been in the industry from school?
It's like 15, basically. So just nearly 9 years. I would say.
Yeah. So, and you've done the apprenticeship route?
Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years. I think it took a little bit longer in the end because I had like 6 tutors. It was a mess, to be honest.
Right.
But yeah, it should have been the 3 years, usual sort of thing, AM2 at the end of it.
Yeah, because that's what Adam's working towards at the moment with that. But obviously COVID, in the situation of all not going to college for ages, has really stirred things up. So they said 3 years to him. It could be sooner because I've not done an apprenticeship, so I don't know. But they said about doing your portfolio, is it?
Yeah.
Getting it all finished, signed off, ticked off. But with him working with me, and even the tutor said a lot of the videos we're doing classes towards his portfolio.
Yeah,
so
that was quite cool.
But yeah, so what I mean, I've spoke about a lot on my channel previous about what we like, but I mean, what's the likes and dislikes that you find of electrical industry? We'll get the electrical stuff done first, and then we'll just
I like my job a lot. I love my job, actually. Well, it's probably quite obvious. I love installing. I love testing. I don't really like the paperwork side of it. I don't really like domestic. No offense, Nick. Now I do it, and I worked for a firm for 3 years doing domestic, and I enjoyed it, and I probably learned the most there. And I learned to deal with clients and how to, the back end of the business and, company image and all that sort of stuff, and also thinking for your own. And commercial's very off a drawing to a spec. And
you turn up, you've got it's not even A3, is it? It's like an A1 piece of paper with everything written. Yeah.
Exactly, and there's a specification literally telling you how to, dress cables, how far to do tie-ups apart, and it can be more easy in a way. It's just all in the planning, really. But domestic, you really got to think on your feet and think for yourself and problem solve and deal with stuff that you couldn't even write some of it. Some of the stuff, as you well know.
But
you
can't plan. That's it.
just don't enjoy it as much, I think. I don't know if I fell out of love with it, or, you know, doing it a lot, it's sort of the same, I don't know. But yeah, that's probably one of them. And this like age stigma.
So I'd like to thank today's sponsor. It's Tradify. Tradify is a software that helps you manage your timesheets, scheduling, invoicing, admin. What it does is saves a lot more time on site that you don't have to do at home. So you can get all your paperwork done there and then. Trust me, it saves the man hours. I've been there and I've done that. It's used by thousands of Sparks and tradespeople all across the world and the UK. They now have currently a UK tip-based team where you can get on the phone. Any questions, any queries, you can go and ask. I'll put the promo code at the bottom of the description and on the screen here for you. So yeah, go and give Tradify a shout.
You know,
yeah, well, I've had this for years.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's not an old man's club, but I feel like you don't get respected until you're grey. You've got to prove yourself, you know.
Or you wear a Batman hat.
Oh yeah.
The looks I get still off some customers, I swear.
Yeah, constantly proving your stuff. I turn up, where's your boss? You know, or is it you doing the job? And I've said this before, it's something I'm quite passionate about actually, is proving people wrong. And, you know, there's a lot of hungry young electricians out there. Growing up the boys, I like to think. So yeah, but still there will always be a stigma, I think, until I get a bit older, a bit greyer, a bit uglier. And then,
well, mate, I'm a bit ahead of you with that. I'm a bit older, so. But this is one thing that I want to branch into as well with the whole YouTube and Instagram thing, because watching, especially you and me, and there's a few of the younger lads, and especially Adam being an apprentice on YouTube videos, it's giving all of the younger lads that are coming in, like we didn't have, even there was no YouTube stuff for us when we were doing stuff. For them to learn, to copy, to inspire, to be like. I mean, I've already had a lot of people come out and message me on the videos and probably on Instagram saying, "I really like your stuff. Where'd you get it from?" This, because they look up to you and go, "I want to be like that," or want that sort of stuff, which I think is fantastic. Which is pushing a lot more younger people. I mean, I think the whole purpose of the Instagram and the YouTube videos on the electrical industry, and obviously plumbing and all that sort of stuff, but we're putting out our best work as best we can. It doesn't always go to plan, but when we put our best work out, you're raising the bar of the industry standard of what it should be. So the younger lads coming in going, "Oh, I've seen Mikey and I've seen Nick's fuse boards, and that's the way I want to do it." So when they're first going out, they're going to aspire to do that, and that should be the norm for them from there on. Other than going on site with an old guy, which we've all seen, who would chuck a fuse board in within an hour or two. The cables are like this. You can't tell what goes to what, but he turns it on and it works. So I think the benefit that we're all creating and all the other guys that are doing stuff online, I mean, there's so many people on Instagram now and everyone is better than the next person. And I mean, you can go to Twitter as well, and that's just poisonous, really. I'm on it, but I never go on it, if you know what I mean. It's just nasty.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an opinion, which is always bad. But yeah, no, I think for the young lads that are coming out, I think the more people like us showing stuff off and the mistakes as well, because I've shown a lot of mistakes. I'm sure you will all have done too. It's okay to make a mistake. The only time you make a mistake, you learn from it, you move on. I mean, most of the time my mistakes take 4 or 5 times to make and then I learn, but that's it. But yeah, so go on to your YouTube stuff. Where's this come from?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. So if you don't know me, because there's probably a lot of people that know Nick watching this, but if you don't know me, I've got an electrical Instagram. I started it just over a year ago. It's called.
Has it only been a year?
Yeah, it was like April 2019 when I look back at it.
It's about the same time I started mine.
Yeah, but obviously,
wow.
I think your YouTube is like skyrocketed. It's my Instagram.
Yeah, your Instagram went up and my YouTube went up, yeah.
But yeah, you know, so I started it over a year ago, just posting. Originally, when I started it, it's gonna be like a community page or something. I didn't really know what it was. I wanted to share my stuff, but I think I was a bit too scared to go online, so I sort of hid behind a community sort of page thing. And then I was posting my own work and own ideas, and helpful stuff or silly stuff or just, electrical stuff. And started gaining traction, and then, 2K, 3K, 4K. And then, a year and a half later, it's at 17,500 followers, which is crazy.
Mint. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And to think, like, I never thought that. And to be honest, like, I think up to when I got to like 5K, I was really worried about the numbers, and like, I'd really think about it. And it took ages. And then when I actually stopped caring and just posted what I wanted to post, said literally stuff like, oh, I better not post that, or I'm scared to post that. As soon as I stopped caring about the numbers, about what I post, and just sharing stuff, it really started to grow. And now it's sort of spiraled out of control in a way. It goes through stages. Like, I've grown like 3K in like a couple of weeks, and then I could sit there for ages, and that don't really bother me. It's just the posting, the engaging, and there's so many good electricians on there, and the network and the community is really good on there, so positive and helpful. Anyway, I'd still do a lot of video content, but I started doing Instagram TV because it's there. I should use it, I'm thinking. And I'd make these videos, edit them on my phone. It was very amateur, but I would put the time and effort in. And I feel like Instagram TV, just either my content doesn't fit on it because, I don't know, I'm not a half naked fashion model or something, or do you know what I mean? But the content just weren't getting out there maybe, and I was still quite proud of it. And then I started putting it on YouTube, and that would always be like a month after I'd go, oh, actually I'll try it on YouTube. And then it's just come to a point now where I'm like bombing off Instagram TV completely, and I thought maybe I've built the confidence, I don't know, but I'm just gonna give YouTube a go. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm gonna try and commit to it, and obviously I'm creating stuff for like Loadout as well, so that I was making video content anyway for that. So
so if anyone doesn't know what Loadout is, just tell everyone quickly what Loadout is.
Loadout is I use a lot of tools. I get sent tools on the Instagram and stuff like that, and I post about tools, techniques and all that, and I'd get loads of messages where to get this from. And I realised, not only could I sell the stuff, but like there's a massive gap in not a gap in the market, but like no one's selling tools the way they sell trainers nowadays, or they sell clothes, or there's a big thing with streetwear with Drops and Supreme, and it's all hyped up, it's all over social media. And same with Nike, if you find out about a pair of trainers, it's probably through social media or through someone sharing something to you. And I just saw a massive, being a young person myself, I was like, why is no one doing this with tools? And it started with that. It ended up becoming a shop. I got a few brands involved that I work with anyway, and then I've got a few more brands involved, and then
a few big brands. Nice big brands. It's really cool.
Yeah, and it's just like a place where you can go on there. I give loads. I get messages every day about what tools I should get and stuff like that. And it's just trying to change. It's a tool shop trying to change the way you buy tools, basically. But it's on Instagram. It's also got a website, www.loadout.shop. And just check it out and see for yourself. And if you've got any questions about anything, and we try to deliver a service. There's video content on the tools on there. You can message us on Instagram or email us, and we'll take the time to explain the tools and tell you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And
because the image is there with it. When you click on when I went on the Loadout and we did a look at that, the image is just there. And obviously Loadout, from being a COD player, you see it as a Loadout, and that's obviously
I think it works really well. And like the term Loadout, I'm not going to take credit for it. Loads of people do use the term Loadout with their tools, but I don't think it was coined until Loadout started, especially on Instagram anyway. Now everyone sort of says like, my Loadout this, my Loadout that.
So I still don't call it that, but from now on, as of tomorrow, it's my Loadout. I'm going to get the Loadout out of the well. It's a cool little name.
I'm really happy with how it's all come together, to be honest. And it was just a little idea, literally in July this year, and now it's December. It launched in August. It's now December, and we've sold like 60K's worth of tools. So
that's wicked, mate.
Profit, you know what I mean? The profit is really small with drop shipping, So we don't hold any stock. It comes direct from the brands. But just to say I've sold that amount of tools.
I know. Just to do that in your life and just go, this is what I did. And I know.
Yeah.
I have the same thing with I'm setting some merch up. It's taken a while to get going because I'm trying to get all the t-shirts and logos, and it's taken a while. But even if I don't make any money off it, I really don't care just to go, I had a merch line. So, to be fair to my kids, they made me do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have thought you would have had that as well, a year ago before you started the YouTube.
It's ridiculous. I know. My eldest was saying to me, he watches an American scooter rider called Tanner Fox. I don't know if you've heard of him. And it was last Christmas. He was like, "Oh, I want one of his hoodies and merch line," and we got him a hat. And I didn't even know at that point that you could buy, like, YouTubers had merch. I didn't really. I might be showing my age here now, mate. But we bought him that, and then
bottom of it's under the videos in it sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. But his hoodie was like $75 dollars or whatever. But we bought it, and he kept saying to me, "When are you going to do your merch?" And I was like, "No one wants to have a Nick Bundy t-shirt other than Nick Bundy." And I said, "That's it." And then when I went further and further and more into it, and I had someone messaged. I do a lot of the stuff with Tool Maniac, with the various stuff, and someone rang them. To approach about the tool bags that I put in videos and this, that sort of stuff, mentioned my name a lot. And Andy gave her my number. And he rang me and says, "All right." And it's a young lad starting out with his dad. And his mom rang me and said, well, to be fair, it's a few emails sent back, and I said, "Ring me this, when you can, we'll have a chat." She was like, "I really want, like, if you've got some merch, a t-shirt for my husband and my son for Christmas." I thought that's the coolest thing anyone's ever said to me. So it's all being set up at the moment. It's things I didn't realize things take time and money, obviously. But just to say, like, at some point in your life, I had a merch line. I just want sat behind me in my office, like a box of 100 t-shirts, be like, it's just my merch. It's black t-shirts on one rail. What am I going to wear today? Maybe one of them. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And obviously with all the stuff I put on here, because obviously this is a different channel to my main channel. So all your stuff will be below, but I will be mentioning this on my main channel. So anyone watching this, all Mikey's stuff will be below. His Instagram, which you probably already do follow because he has way more followers than me. And his YouTube. So it's just Residual Current. Go on.
You've grown quick on Instagram. As soon as you come on, it's like everyone jumps over from YouTube, man, and that's that shows your influence, I think. Yeah,
I only ever set up Instagram because I've always had a private Instagram that I've never ever really put anything on. To be honest, it was only when I
got like an Instagram with 17,000 followers. But my personal Instagram is dead. I haven't posted on it in like 3 years.
Yeah, same. The last time I've posted was before my daughter was born, I think. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I just started the Instagram to go hand in hand with YouTube as such. And because it's very difficult to do giveaways on YouTube, because if I do, a lot of people that watch are, from New Zealand, America, and I'm not posting stuff over there as much as I will do at some point, but it costs a fortune, you know what it's like. So I set the Instagram on. But then to try and grow Instagram from 2,000 took a while, and then it sort of ball rolling, and then it stopped. And it's like you say, but I don't post consistently. I don't pick posts. It's just when I look at something, I go, I'll make a cool picture. I'll post it. It could be 2 months before I post something, but then I can look on my phone sometimes when you open the app and it says like, followers, and hundreds of people in one day have followed me. I'm like, I haven't done anything. So yeah, it is cool. But this is what I was going on to next with your social media and my social media. Obviously, it's come to a point where people have approached you for sponsorships or paid promotions, all that sort of stuff. Like, what? Obviously, we can't talk about money because we're not allowed to. But what point did that reach to you, and what was it as such? Was it the first? Because I think the first one for me was, I think the first proper one, was the Mataba Wall Chaser, which was a massive thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. One, it's so bad that I can't remember that.
Well, I think it sounds awful to say, but there is a few.
Like, because I got sent like some stuff as well, which was like I got sent. I think it's Depths Tech. They're like an inspection camera. You can get one. They're really popular on Amazon. It's like a really cheap ferret. Basically, it's like 30.
Right. Yeah.
Sent one of them, and then like I was going to do a video about it and everything. I didn't have a lot of followers then as well. It was like 4,000 or something. And the thing didn't actually work. It was faulty, which is really bit. They are actually really good cameras anyway. And I have got another one and it works. But yeah, and then that was like the first. I think that was the first one. But since then, it's been all sorts, to be honest. But it's never, for me, it's never been paid. It has. I've been given stuff.
Yeah.
Free tools, which I'm more than grateful for. I do. Like, if I don't use it, I give it away as well anyway. Like, we've got 4 apprentices. You've got, Adam as well, who's sport rotten. But yeah, we've got 4 as well. And like, yeah, so it's not, people say, oh, you get sent this stuff. It does, if I'm not using it and doing what actually I'm obliged to do as well, is use it and post about it. Then yeah, it goes to them guys. But yeah, it's just a lot of free tools basically. Tool bags and stuff like that. But then I've also spent ridiculous amounts of money sometimes just for the gram, like buying a Milwaukee M12 dust extractor just for.
Is this the toolbox ones?
No, this is a little one. It's like literally that big, and it clips on any drill.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, a little self-contained one, but I didn't buy it for the gram. But we've got dust extractors. I didn't need one, but I really wanted that one, and then now I feature it as much as I can because
get your money's out of it.
Get my money's worth out there, I guess. But so it's I haven't been paid for anything as such, but now I've got the tool shop and stuff as well. I think that's turned a few people off because I don't know why, but yeah, maybe it's because I don't sell their tools, or I don't know, because I sell them myself now. But yeah, it's been a little bit less, but obviously now I'm like promoting my own stuff anyway, so I'm sort of in my own lane. So it doesn't really make up. And I do lots of promo with everyone on the store as well, and they're all like the brands that are probably closest to my heart anyway.
So you say you've got a few major brands. You've got Vito,
Vito,
Unilight,
Boddington's Electrical, which are like the best hand tools ever, which no one knows about. But
never used one.
Yeah, they're used by UKPN, the Army, like water industry contractors, industrial contractors. They're no gimmicks. It's not like something Wero or Nipex where it's got really cool design and all these cool features. It is just like a pair of cutters is a pair of cutters.
Right, yeah.
The quality's really high, and they're like fully insulated. They're used for like, you look like you're going to dispose of bomb with them or something.
Yeah.
They're good tools. Boddington's. Who else we got on there? Velocity bags as well, which are really good.
I love their van bag. I've got the van bag. Oh, I say it's used every day. It's a brilliant bit of kit. Because I looked at a few of the Sortmo ones and the plastic ones and the trays. To be fair. As soon as I saw the van bag, I was like, I need to have one of them. I think PB Plumber had it to start with, and I saw him use it. I was like, yep. Yeah,
it's such a cool little idea, isn't it? I've been planning to get one of them for ages. To be honest, there's a long list
of stuff. To be fair, I would say one thing about that: the van bag, it's designed to go in and out the van, but I think I took it in and out the van 4 times, and ever since that, it was just.
Hasn't it? Or like a food bit?
Yeah, it's got it's got like a foil cooler bit at the back, but I have every intention every day of taking lunch with me, so I don't go Tesco and spend £8 on crap. And never do. And if I do take lunch, I forget about it, or I've eaten it by 9 o'clock, and I still go to the shop anyway. So, but that's the problem with domestic is you're only 2 minutes away from a shop and you can leave whenever you want most of the time. Can't do that on a building site really. Sometimes.
No. But some of this, like I was at a distribution centre today, and they're that big. There are thousands of people working there, just to staff there. So
I saw it on your Instagram.
Yeah, they have their own cafes basically, and restaurants and all that sort of thing. And they're like not that healthy either. But yeah, it's hard in our game anyway to eat healthy. I find you're on the road a lot. The hours are funny. You're always working late at the drop of a hat. So if you eat healthy all day and then something happens in your own late, you end up getting a takeaway because you're getting it out. You just need.
Yeah. Well, my problem is, and everyone makes a joke about it, is cans of Monster or energy drinks.
That is bad. They are bad.
I know. I can already tell from it's COVID, my waistline. I can really be strict on my diet if I want to. I really can. And I always thought, I don't drink like Monster for the energy. It's never been about the energy. It's just I like the taste. And then I remember over lockdown, I was like, well, I just wasn't going to be able to have any. And I had the worst headache for nearly a week. And it's because of the amount of sugar I was drinking. So I thought, I'll go to the sugar-free ones. And that worked well for a bit. But every now and then, and it would go from having 1 can of normal Monster to 2 cans of sugar-free Monster a day. And then at the moment, it's like, just whatever's in the shop. I think come January, I'm like, I've got to stop it because it's not good for you, and my liver's going to pack in or something.
People always get on a high horse about energy drinks, but like I said, that's bad for you. But I drink coffee every morning.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, I've had 2-3 cups of coffee a day, lattes, and stop for a Starbucks and all that, and it's no different. It's still full of caffeine and sugar, and milk, all sorts of fatty stuff. So yeah,
and just stop that out. Yeah. It's when I buy one and Adam looks at me across the valley, just sits there and goes,
shame, yeah.
Screw you, Adam. I'll drink what I want. But yeah, no, I need to stop all that. But this is about next thing. See, I'm so organised. I wrote a list and they're bouncing off each other. How impressed is everyone? Right, Christmas. When are you stopping?
So I was going to stop, I think on the 18th, but now I am on the 23rd, I think. So.
Yeah, I'm 24th.
But and then I'm off till the 1st though, so not working. Well, I don't think it's a weekend anyway, isn't it, in between?
Yes, it's fallen quite nicely, I think, this year, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'll be off for that, and I don't work Fridays anymore either. So I sort of have.
Any reason, or you just think don't need to?
No, it's for loadout basically, primarily.
So.
It is all for loadout, So obviously I've worked Saturdays. I'm just always doing stuff for loadout. I'm editing a video in the background right now. There's always something going on, but it's more.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, we do it. Me and my partner. My partner does all of the admin. I literally can't take any credit for that. To be fair, she deals with.
Oh, that's really cool.
And everything like that. And she's going to stay at home now. She's not going to go back to work. We've got 2 kids, and that's her. Hopefully now, fingers crossed, she's quit her job. And so, yeah. And then I do all of the content creation, the website, and anything creative with it. So I've got loads of stuff I'm adding to it. Even adding a web page will spend weeks.
Yeah, so I'd go straight over my head that.
Yeah, and it probably takes me longer because I haven't got a clue about it either. So it takes even longer as well because I'd only do it on Saturdays and evenings, and obviously the rest of the world's asleep or not working or whatever. So yeah, Fridays were I can, if I need to speak to Vito or Superrod or CK, I can ring them because I'm not at work, because I don't do any loadout at work. My boss is really cool with it, but in the same breath, I don't want to take the piss,
Sure.
He is really good with it. So yeah, Fridays mean I can, have a few scheduled phone calls and actually speak to people. I can, everyone else is working when I'm working, and I've just got that dedicated. I'm losing a day's money, so I've got to earn my money.
Earn your money back from that. 100%.
Yeah, and then just content creation as well, and editing stuff on Fridays, and just freeing up a bit of space. It was supposed to free up my weekends a bit as well, but it's
doesn't
not.
No, eats more.
Yeah, exactly. But it's good, and it's going to grow. And ultimately, I don't ever want to get off the tools until I have to, because I give up. My body gives up, or whatever.
Yeah.
So the best way to ensure that, in a weird way, was by taking one day less off the tools, like to have a perfect balance, and have a 4 days focus on this and my 1 day.
See, it's. I mean, I know we spoke about this the other night on the phone, but it's crazy to see how both of our things are so similar. Like, say, my plan is to take every Monday off work while Adam's at college, to have my own unit, to do YouTube videos in there, to have it as stores. Hopefully, I know this is the first episode, but try and get some sort of podcast studio over there.
Yeah,
that's the plan. And obviously, if I have a studio set up, you'd be the first guest again. Fortunately, you have to drive all the way up here, but yeah, and the same thing with the YouTube. The money that we earn off that goes towards my other half not working, and I've got 3 young kids, and it's just made life.
Isn't it? Imagine that. Like, I never thought that. Well, to be honest, that was my dream for so long. As soon as I had my first kid, was like, I need. She went back to work. It was a nightmare. I was like, she needs to stay at home, and then the fact that I can say now she's a stay-at-home mum.
It's cool.
And and I think that's everyone's dream, man. So I think no one can hate on us for that, or hate on anyone.
No, and to be fair, I mean, my age, but even your age, like I've got a lot of friends my age that still. And I'm not dissing anyone for this, because everyone has different circumstances, but I know a lot of people that are my age, even to 30, are still living at home with their parents because of different things. But because it's that difficult now, they get on the property ladder, and look what you've achieved already at your age: kids, house, electrician, another business set up. Like, you're living the dream, really.
Yeah, I am. I'm so blessed, man. And
you've worked hard, though, mate. You've worked hard.
Yeah, and it has been it is a lot of hard work. I don't think people see the amount of time and sacrifice. It looks
in the background.
Everything looks amazing. Like, it looks great. It looks from very far, and the collaborations and the loadout shop and all that. But the hours put in and sacrifices as well. Like,
it's a lot.
Family,
Yeah. And so Christmas. It's a good tangent, wasn't it? What were you doing for Christmas? Obviously, it's different everyone this year because of lockdown, but...
So if we can, I'm not sure where lockdown is at the minute.
Well, I'm in tier 3, so I'm allowed to mix with 2 bubble family. I don't really know. No one's come around my house anyway. It's just me and the kids this year, the other half. So
I think we were all going to go round to it was supposed to be, I've got 3 brothers, 3 sisters, so quite a big family. And this year, 3 brothers, 3 sisters.
Your mum and dad didn't have a telly, did they?
No, they didn't have much, but each other.
Wow.
Ranging.
So where were you, in the middle?
Yeah, no, I'm second youngest, actually.
Right, okay.
So the oldest is 40, and then the youngest is, now, 19.
Now that is a good age gap, isn't it?
Yeah. And then they're like, 3 or 4 years in between, like, the other folk. So, yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, 3 older brothers, and then 2 sisters, then me, and then a little sister. So,
I bet that sucks at Christmas, having to buy everyone a present.
Yeah. So, to be honest, it's worse now, because they're all grown up and had kids. We just focus on the grandkids now, because it's just getting silly. But it's really good, man, because, it got to the point where, you've got siblings, it's like, I'll just get them a bottle of this or get them something like that. It's like all about the kids again, which is...
Yeah. Someone threatened us the other day with the Frozen, obviously TV program, film Frozen recorder. So it's a sing-along recorder for Frozen. It's like, anyone buys my daughter that, it's going to be wrapped around your head. I cannot deal with stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'll send you one, mate. All right.
No, I'm good. We're not with this year, so.
Oh God. What has been your best ever Christmas present ever?
My best ever Christmas present. I'm going to sound like a big kid, which isn't helping the argument for young electricians. But not last year, like maybe 2 years ago, my partner managed to get me a Xbox One X, which I wasn't expecting. Yeah,
that's a good gift.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I was even planning to get one, and I think there was like struggle getting them as well. She managed to get someone from work to like locate a one. Like the effort she went to like
makes it even better.
It'd probably be like trying to get one now because I don't know about the new ones, but I'm hearing it's.
Nah, I still can't get a PlayStation.
Yeah, really bad, isn't it? So I'm sure it was like that basically. She managed to pull it out of the bag, so that is probably it. Not that I play it at all now. But.
Well, this is it, kids.
I use for Netflix for my daughter. That's it.
I go on. Then what's your worst ever present, if there is one?
Worst ever present. Things you tend to forget, I suppose. My worst ever present. I'd probably be like socks or something.
I could do with socks, to be honest.
Yeah,
every year someone gets me socks, I think. Sound, thank you.
I think I've got a gift card once, and like you can use it anywhere like that. I would even think about shopping. So I think it's probably still sat around somewhere. Actually, it was like a gift card for something complete, like it may as well have been a gift card for like a fish shop or something. It was that like I can't remember what it was, but it was like okay, yeah.
I got given not an expired one, a used gift card before.
No, really?
I can't remember who it off. I go on a tangent, to be fair. So I've said this before. I'll ask you this. I mean, it's different for you because you work for commercial, but someone asked me ages ago, it was like, what's the worst thing? I almost said, what's the worst thing happened? Like payment with work. And someone I had a call out, and I think it was like £45. This was quite a long time ago. And she goes, I've not got any money on me. She goes, oh, no, hang on, I've got an idea. Come out. And she handed me a pile of scratch cards, already used scratch cards that she'd won on. She goes, yeah, Nick, there's £45 there. And I was like, what? Okay. She goes, oh, you just not to the shop and you can get your money. I was like, right.
Did they cash in though?
Yeah, they did, yeah. But if we ever buy scratch cards at Christmas, we always sort of get each other a scratch card and put on the Christmas table or in cards. And if a couple of people have won, and we've had like a pile this thick from like 2 years worth, and me and my dad like point blank refuse to go to the shop because I don't want to look like that person that goes, can you cash this in? And then you got 15 people stood behind you because you're like, I'm really sorry. Oh, I'd just rather not have it. Do you know what I mean? Is your tree up? Christmas tree?
Yes. Yeah, it was up middle of November, but I had no part in that. Yeah. I only feel comfortable telling people now, but it was up. It's been up 3 weeks.
Mate. We put ours up first weekend December, so. But equally, we had to get a fake one because we've got 4 cats.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever. And
artificial ones growing up, so yeah, when I got my own place, I just got an artificial one. But like, it's weird to me, which is probably weird to everyone else. But
But I come down the other morning. We'd been locking the cats out with the artificial tree. It has Christmas lights built in, but they're not like in the tree itself. They're like glued on Christmas lights. And I sat on the sofa with my daughter. I think we were watching The Mandalorian.
You can get wire your own Christmas tree.
Just plug it in. I just sat and watched the other half do it, to be fair. And we were watching. I opened the door and the cats all come in. I was watching. I thought, whatever. We've got a kitten, and the eldest one's deaf, even though she's just born deaf, like in a year and a half. They're both bright white and they're playing around. And my kitten goes back into the kitchen and just goes yeet and jumps straight into the Christmas tree, and ended up pulling the tree over. And she was making a funny noise, and she'd managed to wrap the lights around her neck, and she was just there like. I was like, oh God. So jump up, get her. She bit and scratched the hell out of me. I was like, this is why we don't have a Christmas tree or cats. You can't have both. Well, hey, And yeah, obviously from Christmas is New Year's. So New Year's resolutions. Do you do it? You got any?
Normally do. It's going to be really stereotypical for me. I need to get fit again. I've put on like 2 stone since lockdown.
Same.
And just, poor eating habits. And I used to be really, really good actually. I used to run like 3 times a week and all sorts, and it's all completely.
Oh God, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Oh.
but I don't know if I'll start running 3 times a week because that is long. But yeah, I need to. You feel a lot better when you eat better and exercise a little bit. And I used to feel really good, and now I'm like always tired, and which is probably due to work and everything going on. But I think,
and stress. Yeah,
exercise and eating well will only help. So. Try to clear up my diet a bit. Yeah.
Everyone will be in the gym January. Same as me. Exactly the same.
Yeah, and put my not that I don't, but prioritise my family over. Work less weekends and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had to have a word with myself beginning of lockdown where before it I was on a roll, work, YouTube, Instagram. And unfortunately, kids and family came at the end of the day. Once I'd got in, I'd been off my phone talking to 100 people, and lockdown happened. I was like, I can't go back to the way it was because it's not healthy. No one saw me, and it was like, even though it sounds really drastic, that I would end up seeing the kids just as they were going to bed. It was like, oh well, just missed the entire evening with them. So I try to do it since going back to work and making the effort. So we'll play and run around the house for 2 hours, getting the enjoyment in, and me out of breath running up 2 flights of stairs, which is terrible. But yeah, I think, like you say, I think that's the same thing for me is family time and shift this and and try and enjoy it a bit more because, like you say, now I'm like this, and your clothes are all a bit. I mean, this is an extra large top, and you do feel better in yourself, 100%. And I need to be fair. I need to stop drinking water. I never drink water anymore.
Yeah, always dehydrated. Always playing catch up with food, drink, and it's always crap as well.
Everything's got sugar in it. Luckily, I've still got my teeth.
You make sacrifices, don't you? Even it sounds like not sacrifices, but stuff gets put to the back of your mind and less prioritised. While you're building and being creative or whatever. And I think as your creativity prospers and the fruits of your labour show, I think you should then go back to being healthy.
The same ways. This is the problem I've found with it is I keep saying this is what's mother art and family is I just need to do this bit to get there, and then once I'm there,
always doing that.
And you end up chasing it and again to the next. Well, at what point do I go? Right, I could sit back for a bit because you're then chasing more goals.
Like running your own business as well. Like I look at my boss and I respect him so much. Like his company's massive. It's 4 years old, 15 blokes turning out like £1 million turnover a year. 4 years old. Like it's mad.
It's brilliant, that is.
Yeah, but like he's also very stressed, and like it's. Yeah, I can see running a business does that, and like I'm stressed with everything I do, and I just work. It's a bit more than a 9 to 5 for me, just with my role and what I do. But still, it is pretty much. It's not my company, but as you, business owner, having people's livelihoods and the expectations, the money, pressure. I don't know, man. I can think about taking that on top of everything else.
People say this to me before. What point are you going to sit back and sit behind the desk and let everyone else do the work for you? Firstly, I enjoy my job too much, and then secondly, I'm happy with Adam. But if I start employing 2 or 3 more sparks, the stress of finding the work, doing the paperwork, paying not interested.
Making sure the work's good, keeping them happy, and I don't know if you're a fan of Star Wars, but I always say.
You want to wait till this question comes up, mate? Oof.
Yeah. I always say electricians are like the rule of 2, with the Siths, the rule of 2. the apprentice always overthrows the master and takes over, you know. And you get that with, if you've got 15 blokes, you know, you have people, they won't be there, you know. Why would they, you know, why would they be? Obviously you get people that are happy and comfortable and, you know, believe in what you're doing, but I think you also I'd hate it. I'd just be thinking, you know,
people taking the mick and sat on their phones when they're not meant to, and just sailing instead of working.
You've got one or two lads, but I mean, when you get to like big, you know, luckily like our firm is quite clicky, but in a good way, and they're all good people.
Yeah.
But I've got firms with 15 blokes or more, 30 blokes, and it's, you know, it's horrible, it's toxic. Everyone hates each other. No one gets along, which is why I like self-employed for like 7 years. I've been employed with my firm for 2, and it's because like it's like the best company ever, man. Like, I'm not
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good here. Everyone gets on, and it's really positive. Lots of good electricians. Yeah, my boss is sweet, mate. So.
Oh, nice. Good to hear. It's good to hear, because I'd say from when I worked way back when I was doing college, I worked on a big commercial building with a firm that had, like, say, 30 guys that worked for them, and it was like half and half. And if any of the guys that work with me there, because a few of them do watch me on YouTube, which is really strange, it was literally like A team and B team, but not like A was better than B. They were just divided. And then when there was any arguments, it was always A against B. It was never a mixture. And it was just like, what are you doing?
A lot of commercial sites are like that anyway, especially where they're all subbies and stuff. Or they're all out for themselves, and we get agency guys in, you know, when we do really big stuff, where you just, in the nicest possible way, commercial does get to a point where you do just need bodies, you just need boots on the ground, you know. It's like thousands of meters of tube. And like, you know, it's not about like, you know, a massive
technical stuff. It's just, like you said at the beginning, it's literally this drawings, just follow the drawings. We want this tray running down here with this bend and that.
Exactly. And that's where like you get the terms metal munchers and all that.
Yeah.
Because you do get people in, start a load of containment, and then, you know, move on, you get people in, pull the cables in, help you pull the cables in, and then you don't need them there when you connect them and test them and the door, you know. So yeah, I find a lot of, you do get commercial sites. We do like commercial where like we're small and reactive. There'll be like 2 of us doing, you know, maintenance work or whatever, and then we also do like big install. And some commercial sites for, you know, the big names are, they're not nice. It's like it's just a slog, really.
I say it's either where it's the same as us being domestic when we've in rewire or house refurb, and we're there with chippies and we're there with plasterers and whatever. You can either get a bunch of lads, which I've had before, which you all work together on site on projects. Great laugh. Unfortunately, it's great because you all get on, but equally it's not good because you end up pissing around too much and not getting the work done. Or then... Yeah, fact. And then you get to a point where you get on some sites and there's, I don't know, the plumber there that's just an arse, and you actively avoid each other, or you maybe do stuff that would annoy them. Maybe I wouldn't do that sort of thing because that's it's not what I'm like at all. So that's fine.
Sometimes you do stuff you know you don't even intend to, but you know it's like anything, isn't it? It's like the school playground. Sometimes you can do something not with no intention, bad intentions whatsoever, but it is doing the plumber's day. You know, I was going to put the boiler there, and you're like, well, hang on, like, you know, it's just that's where the board is, you know, whatever. Yeah. And then next it's all
war.
Off in it, yeah.
Well, I know, and that's the good thing at the moment. What I've got going for us is the plumbing firm. Really good friends with the plumbers, really, really good. Same age as me, and got Chippy, a couple of years older. And when we all on site together, it's just a dream because we're all there. We're all soon we get there, we get our job done to the best of our ability. Soon we can go home with the money. Yeah. And when we're all on that understanding, it works perfectly. But when you get one person that's dragging their feet, it makes things a bit more difficult. But that's work life, unfortunately. I mean, I like working in houses just as a spark with just Adam and I. But Christ, I keep getting it all the time with the comments. Like, I don't realise I say something. Yeah, someone corrected me. I went, "Oh, me and Adam." And my mom used to say, "It's," because my brother's called Oliver. And I went, "Oh, me and Ol." And she was like, "No, it's Ol and I." So then I made a joke out of it, and then everyone messages me all the time. No, it's Adam and I. Anyway, it's really funny. Yep.
It rolls off the tongue really nicely.
Yeah, so natural. More posh than I mean to be. But yeah, no, it's just. I mean, I could literally talk for hours about YouTube stuff and all that bits and bobs. But I've got 10. This is the thing that I'm going to do. I haven't thought you might be able to help me. There's 10 questions that I want to ask you, and I'm going to ask every single guest. I thought they were quite interesting questions, but I made them, so I'm going to. So my iPad's getting flat now. So if you were to meet any celebrity, any celeb, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
Any celebrity, alive or dead? That is such a hard question.
I know.
There's so many. I'd have to really think about it. It would have to be like celebrity or influential person or
anyone. You can say me if you want. I don't mind.
Harder. I'm going to keep it as celebrity. I think. I don't know. I actually don't know.
I'll tell you mine. Peter Kay. Yeah. And not an A-lister, but amazing guy, funny, and I just know you. Or David Attenborough. I think he would be.
Yeah, he would
next
be cool.
level.
He would be cool. He would be. That's what I mean. I don't think there'd be too many. I know. Especially when you start thinking about one's past. Like,
I know.
Old prime ministers, old presidents, or like, I don't know. If it could be anyone, it would be Jordan from Artisan Electrics.
Me too. Right, question 2.
For that question, so pass.
It's a tough one. All right, no worries. This was a bit boring. What's your favourite sport?
My favourite sport will be football, to be honest. Yeah.
Big football fan? Or do you just play it?
Yeah, I used to play it a lot. I don't play it at all now. I started like smoking and drinking in school, and it completely fell off. But yeah, I support Watford.
Watford?
Yeah.
Never heard of them. I'm not a football fan, so people can rip me all they want. I have no knowledge of football.
Yeah, football, but I used to play a lot of badminton, weirdly, and tennis at school as well. But yeah, again, not played them. But yeah, football. I'd say.
Sound all right. If you were to win right now $1 million, what's the first thing you'd do with it?
Get it, and then probably quit my job and go on holiday. I guess just
biggest boat. Yeah, disappear.
Yeah,
sounds nice.
Yeah.
Would you rather get stuck in the past or in the future?
I'm going to sound like I'm trying to be a bit of a smart ass, but in the past, I think.
Yeah, I'm the past as well.
As you might be stuck in a future that you hate, I guess. I don't know.
Well, if it's in the past, you can either then, in my eyes, if you know what's going to happen, you put bets on, you could become minted in the past, Bit of Martin McFly stuff. iPhone or Android?
iPhone. All day, no questions about
it. Worst experience with another trade?
Worst experience with another trade?
It's got to be a plumber or a plasterer.
It's unrelated, but it's not plumber, unfortunately. We do a lot of strip out works for big companies like Mace and other stuff. I don't know if I should say that. And they get lots of people in to do the strip out and demo. And some of them are just, I'm just going to try and think how to say this without sounding derogatory. I'm not trying to be. they just are messy people. And you go into these like toilets, and we're talking like, you know, squatting, and yeah, it is disgusting. So yeah, to the point where like in a 6-month period, they went through, it was like 14 cleaners. There was jokes going around about the phantom shitter, and they actually had an investigation into it and everything. It was
Really?
Disgusting. Yeah, I wouldn't use the toilets on site.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When I worked on the big building years ago, the big building, Christ. Anyway, yeah, the commercial building. You obviously got the dry risers, which it's the one and only time I've ever worked in a commercial property, like industrial site, whatever. I was trying to explain this to Adam with dry risers, and they had them in before they had the metal grills in the footwalks, but it wasn't the electrical ones. It was dry risers for all the water and the fire.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, it's just years ago now. And we had some guy who would lean his arse over on 4th floor and take all the way down, and the bottom door was always left open. And you come in Monday morning and go, "Oh, what's that?" And then you would just, because it didn't resemble what you would think it was, because it was just
flat. Yeah, oh mate.
Oh, someone on the weekend had some fun. Anyway, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars. Yeah.
I only put that question in is because I've always liked Star Wars. I've not been the biggest fan in the world. Like my best mate is religious Star Wars fan. And I've always liked it. Never really bothered. I went to cinema and watched Rogue One and everything with him, and which was cool. I think and I really liked Solo. Solo.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good film. It was done well.
Yeah, I think they're changing the. It's not. It's like a Star Wars film, but it's not as well. You know. It's like taking it in it.
Yeah. But so anything with Star Trek, it's not. I don't mean like as in the old Star Trek stuff. But I've over the past couple of weeks, I've been watching the new Star Trek films with Chris Pine.
Yeah,
and they're bloody good films. They are.
Yeah, I think that's the only Star Trek I've watched. But yeah, like you say, they're a bit more actiony. I think, and a bit less niche. I think.
Yeah, they're visually appealing for everyone rather than a proper storyline to go with through Star Wars.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to ask that question. If you could do any other job other than be a spark, what would it be?
I'd be it's still a spark, I guess, but I'd like to be a linesman. I wish I was a linesman.
What, football linesman?
No, like a linesman.
Holding the flag up? Oh,
no, power linesman.
Oh, okay.
It's actually not. If you go to get into it and you're an electrician, they don't care.
I bet, yeah.
Even though like the fundamentals are the same, but yeah, you basically start again. But I wish I was a linesman. I wish that's what I did.
Wow, because I say it's danger work, isn't it? Really.
It's quite safe though. It is dangerous, but they ain't stupid. They take precautions.
Well, yeah, as long as you get the safety. I say I've seen. Are you on about obviously top of pylons where they're 80 foot up in the air, if not more?
Yeah, you get them climbing off them, working on the lines themselves. They have the little like baskets that clip onto them. But
they travel along it,
along them and be worked and all that, and even just the jointing and all of that sort of stuff. But you have like jointers, and then you have the poles. So probably would rather be in the poles rather than the ground.
Make a good YouTube video, wouldn't it?
Mate, yeah.
Imagine that.
They're trying to win an army, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I think that, because it's just cool, man. It's just like all that selling gear and all that as well, and it's a bit exciting.
See, I'd never even thought about that, to be honest, but as an actual job prospect. But yeah, it would be, I say, money would be wicked, it'd be interesting. Probably not so much fun if it's pissing it down, personally.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that unelectrical related, I don't know. Because I love my job, I wouldn't want to do anything else.
I know, this is I got asked this ages ago, and I thought it was quite a good question. I never actually really wanted to be a spark to be honest. It never even occurred to me. I went to be a carpenter and I just sort of fell into it, which I'm happy I did because I love doing what I do. But if not, I think I'd be a policeman. You can imagine me running around telling you what to do. The only decent thing, I'm a big person, so you got that slightly. But
that'd be an interesting job though, wouldn't it? You know?
Yeah. I mean, they get a lot of bad press. I mean, I know a few people that are coppers, and my mate's a paramedic, and know all the services. And I think to give back and to do stuff like that would be wicked. I think
it's a hard life, especially with the way press is these days. But I think they do a lot of good. Do you know what I mean?
Which never gets shown. So
exactly.
So, go to fast food restaurant.
Really boring, but McDonald's.
Do you know we've got 3 in Stafford now? 3. Why?
Yeah. In worse since I've had kids, because it's like, we just, you know what I mean? You get out of the house at 2, and you got up at 8, finally get out of the house, and then you're like, I need some food, just go to
Mackey's breakfast every time. Well, you've seen on the videos, I've loads.
Dominant. But fast food restaurant is probably McDonald's.
Yeah. See, this is not. Sorry, when I said that there is 3 McDonald's, they're building another one. So Stafford's not even that big. It's a town, right? They're building one around the corner from me. To get to the nearest one from me, you're probably talking 3 minutes in the car. This one is 1.5 minutes in the car that way.
Yeah, and it's just like that's a problem, isn't it, for you?
But what if they're going to do another Burger King, please? If anyone's listening, the gods, I want a Burger King.
Yeah, my nearest Burger King is like half an hour.
Same. But if not, if it's a midweek thing, it's like other half. Do you want a Domino's? Yes, obviously. Texas barbecue, yeah.
Like if you went to a Pizza Express and had a Domino's and put them together, you'd probably go for Pizza Express every time. But Domino's is something about it, I think.
The calories, I think. It always has to be barbecue for me. I can't have a tomato one.
Yeah, barbecue with extra cheese.
Sorted. And then last question. See, I can't answer this, so if you can't, that's fair enough. Where do you think you'll be in the next 5 years?
I haven't got a clue.
Sat on the beach with your yacht, maybe?
Never. I want to do my design course, and I'll be 29, so I don't know. My boss is...
I'm 29 next year. Oh.
Yeah. My boss is nagging to get up for tools, so maybe I'll be off the tools, doing like more PNing stuff. Then I'd like to think Loadout's doing well. Maybe it will help me pay for my wedding. I'm renting at the minute, so I'm hoping it'll, maybe I can get a mortgage from it and stuff like that. I'd like to think of an idea. Just doing the same stuff, still in the industry, still geeking out about electrics. And
you'll have a nice blue tick next to your name on Instagram then?
They're impossible to get.
I don't know how you get them.
So I looked into it, not because I wanted to, but someone said, get a blue tick. And I was like, went on it, and then you apply, don't you? So on the settings.
I've literally no idea.
Yeah, I thought you'd get like a phone call from Mr. Instagram, but no, there's literally in the set. Yeah. And you click it, and then you've got to be like, it literally says you've got to be a public figure or, a thing. And then, there's no chance. Even me with a website and being on it's laughable. Like they would never,
you got to pay for it though.
Nah.
Oh, so it is free if you tick every box in the criteria.
No one should ever pay for a thing. I mean, maybe you could pay Instagram, like if you were like a billionaire or something, but not famous.
Yeah.
But not. Generally, it's like I think it literally says if you're like a worldwide brand or a vertical brand or a public figure, person of interest or anything like that, basically. But when they
both of us then, so that's fine.
Yeah, I think they mean more like footballers.
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
We are making electricians cool, so
one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. So you never know. We're paving the way. In 5 years' time, I'll tell you what, we'll be washed up, and there'll be loads of new, young, fresh content creators.
Yeah.
It's up, basically.
Pretty much, will be the old lads on it, and yeah, well, our knees will be gone. We will be answering phone calls for young apprentices, and yeah, no, I dread to think. Actually, it'd be cool to see, 100%. I have no idea. I can't even tell you what's going to happen next year.
Yeah. Oh, I've just had a thought. It's still electrical related. Job, it'd be a college tutor, but the money is just terrible.
Crap.
It would be to be a college tutor.
Well, this is one of the cool things when I met Gaz from Tresham College, GSH Electrical. The enthusiasm that man had for teaching was mind-blowing. Absolutely. Yeah. I turned my hat off to him, and when we went up there and Adam and we were watching his lads test and talk to me about stuff, I was blown away. The stuff they knew. And even when Gaz asked a question to one of his lads, and I would have to sit there and go, what's the answer to that? And they were like, bang, it's this. Bang. I mean, they've been well trained, and all of them would make an amazing sparks. The problem is just getting them that apprenticeship, which is not around at the moment.
So bad. I mean, people using COVID as an excuse, but like, I don't get it, man. We've got 4 apprentices, and like, there's no reason not to get an apprentice. Like,
I know.
Make from like, don't forget about the grant and all that. You're gonna be making money from having an apprentice, like, because that's
someone said to me on one of the other podcasts the other day, and I tried to say this to someone else today and messed it up big time. If you can't afford an apprentice, if you can't see how an apprentice will affect your business, you're not running your business correctly. And I see that as in, ever since having Adam, the workload, but I know it's different because I could have Adam, who's an amazing apprentice, and he is. I take my hat off to him. He's an all-round amazing person. But then on the other hand, I could have had an apprentice that wants to sit on his phone, doesn't do anything, and it's wasting my time.
Yeah.
So it's all going to go around circles.
Ultimately, think about how different people, how different everyone is from each other. I think you do, maybe 50%, it might be split like that, of sparks. They're probably not good teachers, and it's not their fault. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've worked with guys, and they're like, just want to do everything themselves, can't ask them questions. Do you know what I mean? Even since I've been qualified, there'll be something that I don't know about, especially commercially. There's so much to it, you can't know it all. And I'll be asking, and like, they don't care. They just want to crack on, do the work as quick as possible, to the point where you can't even get involved. And then I was just sitting there and thinking, imagine an apprentice like with you. They're literally going to be stood here, like, getting nothing. They can't even ask you a question. They can't even do anything. And yeah, commercially it is a little bit more unforgiving. Sometimes, like, you've got a main shut down for an hour and it's got to get done. So I'll work with a lad because there's no lone working, and he unfortunately is there just because there's no lone working. They're not going to waste another spark being there. But I'd love to sit there and go, no, you do this. You feel the pressure, but the main shutdown is that 1 hour slot, and it's got to be done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is the beauty with Adam and I. Is I've allowed him to do it because I'm in no rush. If we've got a board change for the day, I don't book anything else in, and I'll happily. I know it's going to take him 3 hours longer to change it. Do I care? Not at all. You sit there, mate. I'll sit behind you and I'll go on my phone. Any questions? And we've videoed this time and time again. And in the end now, it's like, you do the board change and I'll go and climb around the loft, because equally, he said so many times, he likes lofts. Why? What a weird man. Anyway, and so giving people the chance. And I think I've had a lot of messages before. I've had a hell of a lot of messages saying, without me trying to blow my own arse here, oh, it's you, my boss, because their bosses just don't allow them the time on the tools. And I don't see how they're not going to learn, because at the end of the day, I've employed Adam in the whole thing. The whole reason of employing someone is me to make money off them. And that's not sounding rude or any. That is it. I'm employing him to help me get more work done so I can make more money. It'd be pointless me employing him to get the same amount of work done and earn the same money. So the more I can teach him now, the quicker it's going to benefit me in the long term or the short term.
You know. And that's the way I look at it with apprentices. If you like the way you run your business, which you probably do if you work for yourself, then you just want to make a mini you,
Yeah.
which is.
And he is
great.
The stuff he comes out with now. The phrases that a lot of stuff that I don't say on videos, and the jokes he makes at me, and I'm looking at him thinking, yeah, well, I've done that. Sorry about that. Or he came around my house after work, and we had a brew with my other half, and he said something to me. She looked at me and went, hey, "You've done that."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." I sort of kind of go, "Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that." But then sometimes where he starts to bully me, when my mate Aaron was working with us on site a couple of weeks ago, and those two just went against me. That was it.
Yeah.
I just had to walk away. I thought, two of you now, brilliant. But to be fair, Matt, I think I've taken enough of your time. This has been on over an hour.
Yeah, it flies though, doesn't it?
That was good. That was good. You can all let us know how good we both were, and obviously the first episode. And I don't know who is on next. I've got a list of people that we want to bring on, but equally, who's going to take the plunge? Don't know yet. I might pick a name out of a hat and just go, you have no choice. You have to do it, or I'll ruin your career. Anyway, thank you very much, mate. And like I said, all of Mikey's stuff I'll put below. I'll put it across my main channel. And then once all this goes live, put it on my Instagram. I know you'll share it. And we'll go from there. All right, mate. Thank you very much.
No worries. See you soon, mate.
Ciao, ciao. Right.